gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
New York City and a deadly shooting at a night. People killed, several more hurt. Maya Eaglin is at the scene for us. And Maya, what else are we learning about what happened?
Hallie, investigators searching for up to 4 possible shooters who left 3 people in the city. Authorities say the shooting.
Wow, and there you go. A taste of the city. A taste of the city. A home. A home. A home. To violence and criminality, gang activity. And that's Brooklyn, y'all. I mean, it's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate that we have this debacle, and this is coming straight out of the community. Apparently, a couple of the people involved in this shooting were shooting at people. So a couple of people who actually were killed were actual gang members. So, man, we just got so much going on here.
Happened around 3:30 this morning, and they've recovered over 40 bullet casings. According to officials, this could be gang related. New York City Mayor Eric Adams came to the scene today. Here's a bit of what he had to say.
When you have a shooting of this magnitude, it shakes you. And we're going to continue to do our job, and we're asking the residents to assist in any information that they have.
In a social media post, the lounge expressed its condolences. Right now, police say no arrests have been made. Hallie?
News for the
out of Brooklyn, where we are learning more about the 3 people who were killed in that mass shooting in a lounge. 10 people also were wounded in the early Sunday morning shooting.
And officials believe that the gunfire stemmed from gun violence, gang violence, that is. Let's get to Eyewitness News reporter Crystal Cranmore, who's following this story live for us from Crown Heights. Crystal.
Good morning. Yeah, we're just getting new information at this hour that 3 people have been killed and 11 people now, as opposed to 10 that we've been reporting, now shot.
Wow, so 11 people reported being shot. This is indeed a mass shooting where 4 more people were shot. Oh man, community being the face of mass shootings, black men being the face of mass shootings. And obviously this is gang activity, but that doesn't absolve it of a mass shooting or a mass casualty event. These are things that we need to be aware of. We need to call out in the community. I mean, you cannot have a situation where every time we're gathering in large groups, large masses, which I continue to say, refrain from large gatherings at this point, but every time there's a large gathering with a group of people, you have a shootout. It just doesn't make sense. Like, it's not sustainable. It's not something that you can hang your hat on. It's just inconceivable at this point, but it's not, because we've seen so many examples of it, and that's the scary part.
Been speaking to people all morning who are still very much rattled by this violence yesterday morning, but we do know that police do have a key piece of evidence, surveillance video from inside the lounge here that captured 2 of the victims who passed away in a gun battle with each other. Those victims identified as 19-year-old Marvin St. Louis and 35-year-old Jamel Childs. Now, this is video of people scrambling for their lives as at least 42 shots shots rang out at Taste of the City Lounge on Franklin Avenue in Crown Heights. The shooting taking place around 3 o'clock early Sunday morning. Police saying that St. Louis and Childs were rushed to the hospital where they died, each with multiple gunshot wounds throughout the body. Police saying a third victim, 27-year-old Amadou Diallo, died at the scene with a gunshot wound to the head. Now, 11 other people were injured, all victims of what detectives believe to be gang violence. Police saying that they think Childs was actually a gang member. He spent time in prison for a shooting in 2018 and was later released on parole in 2023. We did speak with eyewitnesses shaken up by the violence.
He started turning gray in the face. It looked like somebody hung him up by his ankle and he bled out. That's how I never seen that much blood.
Y'all sure that man wasn't shooting all them damn face tattoos?
On a human being.
We believe that there were up to 4 shooters involved in this incident. Our crime scene investigators have now recovered 42 shell casings from multiple guns. The shell casings appear to be from 9mm and .45 caliber weapons.
And again, the new information at this hour, 3 killed, 11 shot. As for the shooting, police believe that they recovered a weapon at Bedford Avenue and Eastern Parkway that they think could be connected to the shooting. They're still investigating it, but at this point, they do believe they're looking for 2 other suspected gunmen. For now, we're live in Crown Heights. Crystal Fanmore, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
It's not what we want to see in our city. Reducing gun violence. Thank you, Crystal.
But we begin tonight in Brooklyn. A vigil for the innocent bystanders shot and killed when gunfire erupted inside of a club over the weekend. Tonight, our first images of that victim and his heartbroken family speaks out.
Eyewitness News reporter Lucy Yang leads us off tonight from Crown Heights.
May we teach our children, our youth, our future to love life over death.
Put down the guns. Recognize that violence is never the answer.
And so we begin another round of prayer.
I mean, that's the same Letitia James that is letting these criminals out with a slap on the wrist. With a slap on the wrist. She says violence isn't the answer, but she's also not prosecuting these people when they commit these acts. So she's playing both sides of the coin, and the community is none the wiser.
That violence is never the answer.
And so we begin another round of prayers. Outrage and vows to quell the violence.
We don't manufacture guns in New York City. So why are they finding our way on the streets? And we need help from the federal authorities.
3:30 Sunday morning, 42 shots rang out at Taste of the City Lounge here on Franklin Avenue in Crown Heights. Officials believe the mass shooting began with 2 men firing at each other. Death would come to both. Unfortunately, the killing field was not contained. We're told 2 more men pulled out their guns, sending more bullets into the crowded lounge. A third life was claimed, 27-year-old Amadou Diallo. Police believe he was in the wrong club at the wrong time. His relative says he came to the States from West Africa 2 years ago to work.
So he was doing the delivery, DoorDash and Uber, gaining his life like with honesty, without stealing nothing, no problem, never had any problem here.
Another 11 victims were shot, but they are expected to survive. Not clear how all those weapons got past the metal detector. Detectives blame the gang Folk Nation for this bloodshed. Investigators say there were a total of 4 gunmen, 2 now dead, 2 others still at large. In Brooklyn, Lucy Yang, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
Police are still looking for 2 of the gunmen responsible for yesterday's deadly mass shooting in a Crown Heights nightclub. In all, 14 people were hurt in that shooting. Police say 2 of the 3 people killed were shooters themselves. News 4's Charles Watson live with an update on this story. Charles.
Well, I mean, at least you had a couple instances of the trash taking out the trash, but, you know, unfortunately, we still have some shooters on the loose, and that's what makes this even more difficult. because we don't necessarily know how many shooters there are yet. Obviously, ballistics is going to have to do their job. But going to a lounge and doing all the party and stuff, man, especially in these very violent Democrat cities, not a good idea.
Yeah, Natalie, and just behind me, members of the mayor's office and the attorney general's office are set to hold a vigil for the victims who were injured in that mass shooting over the weekend. I can tell you throughout the day, the streets here have been flooded with anti-violence organizations hitting the streets to offer resources and support to people in the community who are trying to process what happened here over the weekend. This as the victim count rises to 14, including the 3 men who lost their lives.
You are the king of glory.
Organization saying a prayer for the victims of Sunday's mass shooting and hitting the streets to offer support and resources to a community that's hurting.
We had a nice 15, 20 years of peace. Now it's coming back again.
I cannot believe.
I mean, where has this guy been? Because I've been covering crimes in Brooklyn for years, and it's actually statistically, technically, if you want to go by the numbers they're putting out, it's actually technically getting better. There aren't as many crimes as there were in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023 even. Hell, and 2024. Technically, it's going down, but doesn't feel like it, doesn't look like it. So I don't know what that man's talking about, 15, 20 years apiece. I mean, maybe 15, 20 years of him not hearing or seeing, but it's out there and it's very rampant.
That this kind of a mass killing could happen.
Kamara Jackson, the CEO and executive director of anti-violence organization Elite Learners, is having a hard time believing it too, particularly because of the work she says organizations have put into mediating conflict in this neighborhood and others across the city.
We spend a lot of time mediating conflict, talking to community members, providing support services, so it hurts.
In front of the Taste of the City Lounge, where the mass shooting played out early Sunday morning, crime scene tape remains as police continue its investigation. The shooting injuring 11 people, including 2 who officials say showed up to area hospitals for treatment within the last 24 hours.
We believe that there were 4 shooters in total.
Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch identifying the 3 men who were killed in the exchange of gunfire as 19-year-old Martin St. Louis, 27-year-old Amadou Diallo, and 35-year-old Jamil Childs. Tisch saying the shooting stemmed from an exchange of words between St. Louis and Childs, who is an alleged gang member.
Later, Mr. St. Louis approached Mr. Childs and opened fire.
Damn.
Mr. Childs returned fire and 2 other gunmen immediately joined.
It's an act of violence, Jackson says, can shatter a community, but one she and other advocates say won't deter them.
We're coming back, and we're coming back stronger.
Yeah, and so just off to my side here, some people from the mayor's office were told that the mayor should be here any moment now to participate in that vigil for the victims. Now, in terms of the investigation, again, police are searching for 2 gunmen who they believe were involved in that mass shooting incident. Investigators are working to identify them at this point, but there are no arrests that have been made. For now, we're live in Crown Heights. Charles Watson, News 4 New York.
And welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. I'm Andrew Kraft, back out there to New York City. Live picture there in Midtown Manhattan. Got to go to Brooklyn for this. Well, 14 people were shot when gunmen opened fire inside a Crown Heights nightclub early Sunday. Police said 3 people, including 2 shooters, were killed in the gunfire. Let's go out now live to the scene. Fox 5 New York reporter Linda Schmidt, our friend and colleague. She is there with these updates. She joins me. Linda, this is so tragic. How did this all start?
Well, first, let me tell you this. People in this community here in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, they are outraged about this violence. Police are calling this a gang-related shooting. Now, there was a vigil here a few hours ago. The mayor was here, Mayor Eric Adams, the state attorney general, Letitia James, as well as community activists and members of this neighborhood. Again, NYPD calling this a gang-related shooting. Now, I want you to go ahead, just look at what's over my shoulder here. This is the scene. It is still an active scene. They have multiple police officers out here. They have crime scene tape all around the entrance to this lounge, in addition to multiple NYPD vehicles, some of them with flashing lights. But again, a very active scene as police continue to search for 2 more shooters. The hunt is on here tonight in New York City. Go ahead, take a look at this video. This is from earlier tonight. Community activists and members of this community here in Crown Heights coming together outside of the Taste of the City Lounge on Franklin Street, and they rallied for peace and unity. It was about 3:30 in the morning yesterday when the NYPD says 2 gang members just suddenly inside the lounge started shooting at one another, and then 2 other gunmen joined in the firefight. In the end, 3 people were killed, including 2 of those gang members who police say started the shooting. And then there were 11 other people inside the lounge that were injured. Now, police say 3 of the people who were injured are also gang members. Now, the ages of the victims range from 19 to 61. One of the victims who was killed has been identified as 27-year-old Amadou Diallo of Brooklyn. Now, his family says that he was a food delivery worker and an innocent bystander in all of this. At the Vigil tonight, the state attorney general here in New York had her arm around the victim's uncle as she spoke and the mayor spoke. Go ahead, take a listen.
I've known this pain and the suffering and the tears, countless families all throughout this city and all throughout this state. It all sounds the same. Whether they speak English or not, it all sounds the same. I pray that all of us will come together.
Yes.
Put down the guns.
Yes.
Recognize that violence is never the answer.
We don't manufacture guns in New York City. So why are they finding our way on the streets? And we need help from the federal authorities to finally put an end to this senseless violence.
The NYPD also saying earlier today they found 42 shell casings, both inside and outside the lounge. And once again, they say 2 of the people who started this firefight inside were gang members. They were both killed. They are still looking for 2 other shooters tonight. Back to you.
All right, Linda Schmidt there live for us in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. What a terrible, tragic story. Linda, thanks so much. Talk soon.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
So it is what it is.